Hello, and let's try this again. Live from Foundation Field in Hamilton, Ohio. Donovan Mann, the voice of the Grand Lake Mariners here. I have been moved from the top of the press box, at least for the first game now in this doubleheader, to inside due to some rainy conditions. I've got some air conditioning now here. It's a little bit cold, but I'll live as I stand right next to it. We'll go ahead and start these, give you the lineups again here. First for your Mariners, Evan Spry will lead off. Jaron Lovely, right fielder, will be second. Batting third will be Chris Myers. Batting fourth and cleanup will be Logan Adams. Ryan Stacy batting fifth. Hayden Cart batting sixth, and batting seventh will be Mackenzie Hicks. Again, he's a starting pitcher mainly, but they do like to use him when they get the chance to. His bat, we'll see how his bat does here today. Steven Fitzsimmons will be the DH starting in the 8 hole, and in the 9 hole will be Van Aker. Starting on the mound here for the Joes will be Ryan Minnendorf. Already talked about a little bit on him. Remind you of his numbers. 327 ERA with an 11th inning pitch. Has not walked a batter yet this year in the season in 2 starts. 11 strikeouts to his name is ready. He's given up 1 home run. And again, he doesn't have a record. The 6'6" man from Westchester, Ohio, attends Lake Erie College. The Storm set the defense now here behind him. Trey Compton will be out in left field. In center field, it will be Sean McKeon. In right field, it will be Jared Kaufman. Now going from third to first base. On third base, it will be Justin Coffey. On shortstop, it will be Justin McConnell. At second base, it will be Chandler Miller, and at first base, it will be Griffin Dorshing. And then doing the catching today will be Colin Homan. On the mound to start the day for your Mariners, it'll be Connor Peplow, the right-hander. For Peplow, it'll be his third appearance and second start of the season. Does not have a decision to his name yet. He went 8 innings thus far in the season. 3.37 is his ERA with 11 punch-outs and 5 walks. He's given up 1 extra base hit to his name as well. And for the Mariners, we will now pause momentarily for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll have your play-by-play. Thank you for listening, and we will finally get going here after about an hour and a half rain delay. Thank you for listening to Mariners Baseball here on YouTube. Correction, there will be no anthem here today. For the first game, the second game, we'll do the national anthem. Again, this game is supposed to start about an hour and a half or so ago. I'm Donovan Mann, your voice of the Mariners, finally getting ready to play some baseball here as Minnendorf does his last couple of warm-up pitches before the left-handing Evan Spry, the first baseman for the day, steps on to the plate, wearing number 42, of course, as he always does, batting .345 coming into this game with 3 RBIs, 4 stolen bases, and just 1 error to his name. Here comes the delivery from the starting righty. This will be cut on and missed here by Spry, and 0-1 now the count. Evan Spry has spent some time all over this lineup. He has mainly been at the top, though, including doing some leadoff after Blake Crossing has not, as the second one is thrown in here for a strike as well. Evan Spry and Blake Crossing have spent the majority of the time at the top of the lineup. Of course, Crossing not here. The windup missing out high. It'll be ball 1. 1-2 now the count here to Spry. Again, Spry, the left-handed first baseman batting. Here comes the delivery. This one will be popped high and into left field. Coming in and making the catch will be the left fielder. Will be Trey Compton. And that'll take down Evan Spry. So 1 up, 1 down on the F7 there, and that'll bring up Jaron Lovely, right fielder. He was not in the lineup a couple days ago against the Irish Hill Leprechauns on the season for Lovely. He's hitting .308 with a couple stolen bases, 1 RBI. He has a .486 on-base percentage. He attends Marshall as of missing with the first pitch here. Ball 1. One that's just a little bit outside here to Lovely, also batting left. Again, the Mariners are very, very heavy on the left-handed side of the plate. This one will be inside, missing. Ball 2. 2-0 now the count here to Lovely, who will be trying to work his way through, try to get a one-out base runner here. Lovely is a cytotechnology major. For Marshall, he had one start as this pitch is called a strike. 2-1 now the count. For Lovely, 17 appearances with one start in college, as here comes the 2-1 delivery. This one will be hit high into left center field, and it will get down for an extra base hit there for Jaron Lovely. Standing is Lovely, and so there is now, with one out, runner on second off of the Jaron Lovely one-out double. That'll bring up Chris Myers, the shortstop here. He spent some time at short and at third base as well. For Myers, he's hitting .250 coming into this game here on the season. He attends the University of Toledo. Check back to second here by Middendorf before the delivery. Again, another left-handed batter. This one just a little bit inside, taking ball 1, 1-0 the count. One out, one man on, no score here in the top of the first. Reminder, both of these doubleheader games will only go to 7. There is a small amount of rain falling right now, but no lightning in the area. They say they're going to play through it. The field here in the infield is 100% artificial. Here comes the delivery. This one will be hit into center field, right to the center fielder, though, who cannot make the catch as it comes off the wall. Jaron Lovely not getting a jump. He wanted to make sure that will get. So he will round third, actually. They're going to send him home. The play at the plate, they will get him. If he had had a better jump, that would have been an RBI double there. But instead it'll be the single. Then he advanced on the throw. I guess they were trying to jump out there early. So it'll be a single, and then Lovely will be caught trying to round third and go home. Again, if he had had a better jump, but he wanted to make sure that one would have gotten down. But with a better jump, he definitely would have been safe on that one, but they should have held him up at third. This will now bring up Logan Adams, the catcher, batting right, the first righty in this lineup. This one will hit him right there on the shoulder. So a second base runner here as Logan Adams will take his base, a hit by pitch there, as Ryan Stacy will now step up, the center fielder. For Stacy, entering this game, hitting .333 with a .450 on-base percentage. He's from Sugar Land, Texas. He attends Texas San Antonio, where he's a kinesiology major. At Texas San Antonio, he had 56 appearances with 48 starts, and hitting .333 thus far on the season. With 2 outs, man on first, man on second, Mariners have Ryan Stacy, another left-handed batter. That's been 4 left-handed batters to just the 1 right-handed batter. Check back here to second by Middendorf, who will gather and deliver. This one will be fouled back into left field, but get down at the fence safely. 0-1. For Stacy, he's also got 5 extra base hits, including 2 home runs, which leads the team, as Middendorf will look in for his sign. Check back here to second before delivering. This one will be hit into left field, high though, to right to Compton. And so Compton will catch that one to end the inning. Mariners get a couple of hits here in this one, but don't score any runs. No errors. 2 men left on base here in the top of the first. We will now head to the bottom of the first. And for the first time, we will see Connor Peplow in this one. And he'll be going up against Trey Compton, Chandler Miller, and Justin McConnell. Thank you for listening to Mariners Baseball. The score is 0-0. I'll be right back. So the Mariners get 2 hits in the top of the first, but unable to score off of it. We now head to the bottom of the first. Connor Peplow steps onto the mound to face Trey Compton. Chandler Miller and Justin McConnell due up here for the Joes of Hamilton. For Trey Compton, hitting .270 so far in the season. He's from Mount Prospect, Illinois. He attended Elmhurst this past season, where he'll be entering as a senior. 39 starts this past season in college, hitting .344 with 32 RBIs, 8 doubles, and a .402 on-base percentage. So we'll see what Trey Compton can do here against Connor Peplow. Connor Peplow, of course, trying to keep it a 0-0 score right now as he gets his last couple warm-up pitches in. The rain continues to fall here in Hamilton, Ohio. But due to the turf field on the infield, we're expected to try to play through it here unless it gets too hard. And of course, Thunder and Lightning would add a immediate 30-minute timer, which we would have to delay. But as of right now, we are in the bottom of the first with no score. Trey Compton, batting right, steps in to face the right-handed Connor Peplow. Here comes the delivery. This is a little bit low and outside. Ball 1, 1-0 the count. Again, Peplow, .337 ERA with 8 innings pitched, as this one catches the outside corner there low. 1-1 now the count on that strike. Here comes the delivery. This one will be outside again. 2-1 now the count. Compton not chasing. This is Peplow's second start, as I mentioned in the early pregame. This will be outside and low in the same spot. 3-1 now the count. Seems like Peplow is trying to find that low corner on the outside of these right-handed batters here in this first at-bat anyway, as this one will be clanked off and it will get down into right center field for a leadoff single for the Joes. That has been an issue for the Mariners on a road, is allowing leadoff runners. They've done it quite a lot here in the early going, and so they now have a leadoff single here in the bottom of the first. Chandler Miller, second baseman, will step in. Chandler Miller, wearing number 29 from Marietta, Georgia, hitting .217 on this season. He did Trevecca Nazarene this past season with 43 appearances, 42 starts, .244, as this one catches the plate right there, low part. Strike called, 0-1. Look in here from Peplow. Throw back to first. Sliding back in time will be Compton. Again, 43 starts for Chandler, and with 42 starts, hitting .244 with 19 RBIs in college. Another throw back to first here. Count still 0-1 here. Peplow trying to make sure that Trey Compton doesn't run. If you're wondering about the wheels of Trey Compton, he's only got 1 stolen base on the season thus far. Here comes the 0-1 delivery. This one will be hit high into right field, and making the catch there will be the right fielder, Jaron Lovely, and there's one away. Running back to first will be Trey Compton. So on the F9, there's one away. The Mariners now face the shortstop, Justin McConnell, for Peplow now trying to work around that leadoff single. For McConnell, hitting .333 coming into this year. He attends Wright State for college. He did not appear. He's from Springboro, Ohio, where he sent his Springboro High, where he hit .381 with 50 stolen bases during his career at Springboro. This one's thrown in here. Call the ball. Here comes the gather by Peplow at the letters. He will set, deliver, bunt throwing. This one will be thrown low and outside. Ball 2. Of course, for the Joes shortstop, hitting that .333, has 8 RBIs to his name, 5 stolen bases, and has recorded 6 errors. So something to look for in this game here. As the runner goes, this one flung high to Jaron Lovely in right field. He will come under, make the catch, and there will be no play at first base, as Trey Compton was off and running on that one, but back-to-back F9s will get 2 out in this inning, and Compton will safely get back into first. He was off and running on that swing, and if it had been a hit, he would have been able to at least get to third easily, Wasn't quite deep enough to get home. But now there are two away here for the first baseman, Griffin Dorsing. Check back here to first. And look in here from Peplo for the delivery. This will be down and in the turf there, and they will allow Compton to go to second there with the stolen base. That one was low there. Adams did a good job of keeping it contained. Compton was going all the way. It's called a ball, by the way. 1-0 now the count. 2 outs, runner on first. Check back to second here by Peplo before he delivers. This will be low and in the turf again. Same spot on the outside. Ball 2, 2-0 now the count. For Dorsing, he's hitting .268 on the season. 10 RBIs to his name as Peplo will look in here to him. For Dorsing, he is from Greendale, Wisconsin, delivers this one, catching the outside of the plate there. 2-1 now the count here to Dorsing. 4 home runs for Dorsing on the year, counting to help those 10 RBIs. He does have also an extra base hit as well as that. This one will be outside. Definitely a power hitter, enjoying that new kind of what we're seeing in the majors with the trying to hit the long ball in each and every at-bat. Does have 2 stolen bases to his name as well. Again, he's starting on first base here today. 3-1 count now here to him as that one missed, and now look back here to second before Peplo will deliver. This one will miss. Out. McGeehan from Hamilton, New Jersey, attended St. John's this past season. On this season, he is hitting .222, a couple extra base hits, 1 RBI, 2 stolen bases to his name. This one's delivered to him, catches the outside of the plate there. 0-1 here, Peplo, and gets him with a strike looking there. Check back here to second for Peplo is going to make sure Compton doesn't try to run to third. Look in here, Peplo will gather, set, and deliver the 0-1. This one will catch that same spot on the outside of the plate. Count now 0-2. In the hole here is McKeon. Again, the center fielder on the day. Wearing number 10, hitting .222 on the year. 0-2 the count. Here comes the delivery. This will miss outside. Ball 1, 1-2 now the count here to McGeehan from Peplo. The rain has pretty much stopped here. The skies are still pretty gray. Starting to see possibly the sun peek out just a little bit. Actually, as I look at some puddles over near me, it's just very small rain. I still see some dripping behind the third base dugout. Here comes the delivery. This one will be popped back and out of play. Throwing his bat at it there to stay alive. The count remains at 1-2. 2 hits for the Mariners in this first inning. Only 1 for the Joes here in the bottom of the first. Peplo will look back here to second before looking in for his sign. Here comes the 1-2 delivery. This one will be popped high down towards the first base dugout. Looks like it will stay in play, but Evan Spry couldn't come in and make the play there, and neither could Logan Adams. So that will land safely right in front of the first base dugout, and the count remains at 1-2. I think Spry just lost that one a little bit, because if he had a better view on it, he possibly, or maybe he was afraid of running into Logan Adams, because that looked like a pretty catchable ball there. I mean, it wasn't raised up very high, so they did have to get to it quickly. I just think maybe they both hesitated because they didn't want to run into each other. Anyway, the count is 1-2. Peplo will look in here. Again, the count 1-2 to Sean McGeehan. Check back here to second, and the delivery. This one will be tapped right to Peplo, who will scoop it over to Spry, and that will end the inning on the 1-3 assisted ground out. In this inning, there was 2 men stranded, no errors occurred, 1 hit, no runs scored here in the bottom of first. We now head to the top of the second. Ryan Middendorf will come back out for his second inning of work. Listening to Mariners baseball, the score is tied at no runs apiece. Be right back. So Ryan Middendorf comes back out here. He will be facing Hayden Cart, Mackenzie Hicks, and Stephen Fitzsimmons. The first three due up here for the Mariners. If one of them were to reach, it would be Van Aker to come up after that, the second baseman, and then back to the top of the order. But first, Hayden Cart, left fielder here today. That's where he spends a lot of his starts. He did have some starts in Irish Hills in center field for 1-0 the count. For Cart, he also has a 226, so when he reaches on base percentage, when he reaches, it's because of a hit. One extra base hit, 2 stolen bases to his name. This one just misses the outside of the plate there. 2-0 now the count. Still no score here in the top of the second. Sun looks like it might be starting to creep out over the field just a little bit now, as this one will miss high and outside, ball 3. Cart in a favorable count now here with the 3-0. You almost know that he's going to get something to swing at here or take all the way. Here comes the delivery. This one will catch the plate there. Strike 1, 3-1 now the count. Seeing if they couldn't get Cart to chase here. My guessing, because he has been known to chase a couple pitches this season. This one will be swung on, tapped right over to the shortstop, gathering it up, throwing it over, and the play will be just in time. McConnell to Dorshing on the 6-3 assisted ground out, one away here in the top of the second. That'll bring up Mackenzie Hicks, the third baseman, getting his first at-bat of the season, wearing number 37. Again, he pitched against the Leprechauns most recently. He pitched in the second game against the Leprechauns. He was the second reliever, went 2 innings pitched, struck out 1 without allowing a run. This one will be popped back straight to the screen. 0-1 now the count. For Mackenzie Hicks, wearing number 37, he attends the Troy University. He's from Echo, Alabama. As this one is also fouled off, the count now 0-2. Down in the count now is Mackenzie Hicks. Looks like the rain has stopped for the moment. This one will miss high and outside. He does not chase. 1-2. As the sun comes out, got to imagine it might get a little bit humid out there. Here comes the 1-2 delivery. This one will be hit well down the left field line. And it is fair and out of here. So a home run for Mackenzie Hicks in his first at-bat of the season. And the Mariners will take that 1-0 lead as Stephen Fitzsimmons, the designated hitter, will step in. That was a brilliant line drive. I had to lean over to see past the wall, and I lost it for a moment. Couldn't see if it had gone fair or gone foul or stayed fair, but sure enough, it just sneaked fair. Great hit there by Hicks, and so 1-0 to see him on the field, wearing number 11, 222 batting average with a 462 on base percentage. He fouled the first pitch off. 0-1. Here comes the second pitch to him. This one will be tapped into left field, and the left fielder running in and making the catch. And they're now 2 away after Trey Compton makes that catch there. So on the F7, 2 away, that'll bring up Van Aker, the second baseman. Wearing number 7, he plays second base when he does play, sitting at 5'10" from Eaton Rapids, Michigan, hitting .235 coming into this game from Alma College, where he had 42 appearances this past season, hitting .284. As the first pitch is delivered there to him, strike 1. 0-1 the count here to Van Aker. Again, Van Aker does take his walks, 350 on base percentage as Middendorf gathers in his glove and will deliver the 0-1. This one will be swung on, popped down the right field line, and will get out of play. Count now 0-2. Sun continues to creep out. The clouds in the distance that are heading away from us are very gray, but those are going away from us. Perhaps the 6 o'clock shower that was supposed to come has decided to disintegrate, and that'll be it. Checking his swing, holding up there will be Van Aker, called low, ball 1. 1-2 now the count. It is just broken up. Hopefully we can get both games in here. Both games scheduled to go only 7. Mariners have a 2-hour bus ride back after this, as the 1-2 from Middendorf will be delivered to Van Aker, missing just a little bit outside, ball 2, 2-1. Waldorf will gather, set, and deliver the 2-1. This one will be popped down the first base line and out of play. Mariners in their road blues with some right trimming detail and the green letters and numbering. Reds here for the Hamilton Joes, as here comes the 2-2 delivery to Van Acker. He'll cut on and miss. That'll be the first strikeout for either. No men left on base. 1-0 lead. The Mariners have the advantage here as we head to the bottom of the second. Connor Peplow will return to face Michael Hale, Addison Coffey, and Colin Homan. You are listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. Hello, welcome back out to Mariners Field. So here, just like in Lima, they do a beer batter here in Hamilton, and they decide after that Van Acker strikes out, then they decide to announce him the beer batter. So Van Acker has just been announced the beer batter after he goes out on swinging. This will be Michael Hay now, the designated hitter, due up for the Hamilton Joes. Michael Hale, hitting .207 on the season. He attended Marietta College. He's from Kettering, Ohio. For Marietta, he had 45 starts, hitting .319 with 44 RBIs, 6 home runs, 21 doubles, 1 triple, and a .403 on-base percentage with 11 stolen bases. Again, the score 1-0 off the bat of Mackenzie Hicks into left center field. This one catches the outside of the plate there, 2-1 now the count. But Mackenzie Hicks delivered a great shot. Line drive to left field, just stayed fair, stayed in the park. Looking to the distance now here as this one's fouled off here. The count will even up at 2-2. There's a rainbow now in the distance as the sun comes out, kind of adding some color to the otherwise gray skies in the backgrounds past the trees here. Straight away to center field, it is 390 feet. Down the lines, it is 330 as this one is cut on and missed. And down goes swinging will be Michael Hay. The first strikeout of the day for Connor Peplow. One away. Addison Coffey, the third baseman, now steps in. For Coffey, he's also hitting .207 coming into this game. He attends Arizona State. He's from Albany, Indiana. And here comes the delivery to him. This one will be high and inside. Ball 1. 1-0 now the count. For Coffey, he has 5 extra base hits, including a home run, 4 RBIs on the season, 1 stolen base, also committed an error. He attended Delta High before he went to Arizona State. We have a meeting on the mound here between Logan Adams and Connor Peplow, catcher and pitcher. Just a quick message. 1-0 the count here to Coffey. For Coffey, he was perfect game ranked 6th best prospect in Indiana. This one will be tapped in over to the shortstop, Chris Myers. Thrown over to Spry, the first baseman, and away on the 6-3 is Coffey. 2 away with nobody on. That'll bring up Colin Homan, the catcher. Homan, 125 batting average entering this game. He attends Northern Kentucky. Attended Northern Kentucky with 45 appearances there. Delivers a strike there, 0-1. For Homan, 41 starts at Northern Kentucky. As here comes the 0-1 delivery. This one bounces in the turf there. 1-1 now the count. 41 starts for Homan at Northern Kentucky, hitting .179 with 10 RBIs and a .252 on-base percentage. Count evened up here at 1-1. Peplow will deliver to Homan. This one will bounce in the turf and get away from Adams here, but with nobody on base, that's Don't mind if it gets away. He's not going to have to hurry after that one. Count now 2-1. He'll get a new ball here from the umpire, and we'll go again. But for Homan, from Peninsula, Ohio, attended Trinity High before he went to Northern Kentucky. Here comes the delivery. This one will be smacked into center field. Going back, getting underneath it will be center fielder for the Mariners, Ryan Stacy. And 1-2-3 here for Connor Peplow after the F8 there. 1-0 the score here in favor of your Grand Lake Mariners after no runs, no errors, no hits, no men left on base. Due up for the Mariners, we will head back to the top of the order, and Evan Spry, Jaron Lovely, and Chris Myers to face Ryan Middendorf. Thank you for tuning in. Be right back. So welcome back out to the mound. Ryan Middendorf entering his third inning of work. The top of the order for the Mariners due back up. Evan Spry, Jaron Lovely, and Chris Myers. 1-2-3 there in the lineup. Evan Spry flew out to left his first time up. 0 for 1 on the day. I'd like to thank you all for listening. I am Donovan Mann, the voice of the Grand Lake Mariners here for the summer of 2018. Wearing number 42 is Evan Spry. Attended Creighton this past season, hitting .345 on the season here for the Mariners. This one misses inside, ball one, 1-0 they have the count. Again, Evan Spry hitting .345 coming into this game with a .424 on-base percentage. They have both lowered thus far in the game. Here comes the 1-0 delivery. This one will miss inside again here to Spry. 2-0 now the count. At Creighton for Spry, he had 12 appearances with 5 starts, hitting .238 with 5 RBIs, including a home run. Here comes the 2-0 delivery from Middendorf. This one will be tapped, and it will be gathered up there by the second baseman, and Spry will be thrown out on the 4-3. It was a slow dribbler, a little bit more heat. Miller might not have been able to get his mitt to that one, but instead it'll be a 4-3 assisted ground out. 0 for 2, Evan Spry will fall to on the day. This will bring up Jaron Lovely with a double back in the first. He hit it right into the gap in left center field. He smoked it, got down right at the fence. And so Middendorf will now deliver here. This will hit the outside part of the plate there. 0-1 now the count as it's called a strike here to Jaron Lovely. Right fielder, man Adam Marshall. Here comes the 0-1 delivery. This one will be cut on and missed here by Lovely. He's down in the count. 0-2 now. After Lovely, it'll be Chris Myers, the shortstop. Here comes the 0-2 delivery. This will be tapped, and Miller will come over and make the play again and throw him out. So another 4-3 assisted ground out there, and there are 2 away. Jaron Lovely now 1 for 2 on the day to bring up Chris Myers with a single back in the first. Again, Jaron Lovely was caught trying to round the bases and get home on Chris Myers' single that he went to second on the throw. Here comes the deliver to him. This one will be chopped right to the second baseman. Miller bobbles it, but they will still be able to throw him out. So another 4-3 assisted ground out. And so second baseman here today in Miller is getting his work. Chandler Miller getting his defensive work in this inning. 1-2-3 go to the Mariners with no errors. Thank you for listening to Mariners Baseball. They hold a 1-0 lead. Here on YouTube, I'll be right back. And we are back out here. Mariners baseball. Connor Peplow will come back out to defend the 1-0 lead off the bat. That came off the bat on a solo home run of Mackenzie Hicks. Due up will be Jared Kaufman, the right fielder. For Kaufman, he enters the day hitting .091, and he cuts on and misses there. I think he actually fouled it, tipped it a little bit, so it'll actually still be 0-1. He has 2 extra base hits, though, and 2 stolen bases and 2 errors. He attends Eastern Michigan. Here comes the delivery to him. This will be low into the turf, blocked up there by Adams. Count now at 1-1. For Kaufman at Eastern Michigan this past season, he had 41 appearances, making 35 starts, hitting .257 with 15 RBIs, 16 doubles, and 2 triples. This one will be cut on and missed. 1-2 now the count. Peplow has a favorable count here now to the number 9 hitter in Jared Kaufman. Here comes the delivery on the 1-2. This one will miss just a little bit low. Ball 2, the count evens up. 2-2. Peplow only with 1 strikeout on the day was Michael Hale. Designated hitter, went out swinging. Here comes the 2-2 delivery. This will miss just inside. Ball 3, the count is full at 3-2. Skies continue to brighten up and the crowd continues to come out here. Here comes the 3-2. This one will end up hitting their Kaufman, so on a 3-2 count, Kaufman gets nailed on the leg. And so 1 out, a leadoff base runner here for the Joes, and that'll bring up Trey Compton, the left fielder. He had a single and a stolen base back in the first to lead off the inning for the Joes in the bottom of the first. So 1-0 still the score here. Mariners leading off the home run from Mackenzie Hicks. Peplow will step back on after Kaufman was hit by the pitch. And now here comes Trey Compton, 1 for 1 on the day. He shows bunt. Peplow will come and gather it, and they will throw him out at first. So the sacrifice bunt successful, as on second base is Jared Kaufman now. And Trey Compton goes out there on the 1-3. So with 1 away, 1-0 the score. That'll bring up Chandler Miller. Flew out to right his first time up. 0 for 1 on the day. Here comes the look-in, check back here by Peplow. This one will be delivered outside. Gathered up there nicely by Logan Adams. The count goes to 1-0. Chandler Miller, again, was the assister on every ground out in the top of this 3rd inning here. All 3 balls were grounded right to him, and he threw all 3 men out at first. This one missing outside 2-0 the count. Peplow will check back here and deliver. This one will catch the outside of the plate there. 2-1 now the count. For Chandler Miller entering this game. As a check-in here. Entering this game, Chandler Miller hit .217. Look back here to second before the delivery. This one will be smoked foul. 2-2 the count evens up. And now Peplow has a 2-2 count here. He will look back to second, though. Man on second was Jared Kaufman, who was hit by a pitch to lead off this inning, and then advanced on the sacrifice bunt by Compton. Check back here to second, and here comes the 2-2 delivery. This one will be tapped right to second baseman Van Acker, who will throw it over to first, and there are 2 away. Jared Kaufman advances to third, so the tying run is 90 feet away. There was the 4-3 assisted ground out. And Justin McConnell will now step in. 0 for 1 again. He also flew out to right in his previous at-bat. Logan Adams wants to talk with his pitcher here just a little bit, kind of go over the game plan. Again, this is first game of a doubleheader. It was already delayed an hour and a half. And so with 2 outs here, runner on third, Peploe steps on. Here comes the delivery. This one is low and inside. Ball 1, 1-0 the count. For McConnell, he attends Wright State, who run their conference, by the way, this past year. The Horizon League is a smaller conference, but here comes the 1-0 delivery. This one will be popped high into center field, running back towards the wall. It'll be off the wall, so this will score 1 as rounding second and heading to third will be Justin McConnell, and he will be safe at third. So an RBI triple there, and we are now tied. McConnell gets a triple there with the RBI attached as he got that one just off the wall and past Ryan Stacy, the center fielder. So great hustle out of the box there by McConnell, of course. On a triple, you're going to score a guy from third. So score now tied at 1 apiece with 2 away. That was the second hit of the day for the Joes. And this will now step in Griffin Dosher, who walked in his previous time up to Peploe. Here comes the delivery. Runner still at third. This one will be called a strike right there on the inside corner of the plate. 0-1 now the count here. Peploe to Dosher, who's, by the way, playing first base today. Here, there. So now it is 2-1 after McConnell scores on the wild pitch. Count now 1-1. And back in line, but that is something that really hurt the Mariners, was unnecessary runs reaching the plate. One came off of a pass ball, but 8 errors in that game against Lima earlier. This one will be tapped right to the shortstop. Chris Myers will gather it up, throw it over to first to end the inning, but not before 2 runs are scored here by the Joes to take the lead. 2-1 now. The Mariners are trailing. In this inning, there was 2 runs scored on just the 1 hit. No errors, no men left on base. You're listening to Mariners Baseball. We will now head to the top of the 4th. Due up for the Mariners will be Logan Adams, Ryan Stacy, and Hayden Cart, as Ryan Middendorf returns for his 4th inning of work. Thank you for listening. I'll be right back. Welcome back out to Hamilton, Ohio. The score now 2-1. The Joes lead here as we head to the top of the 4th. Middendorf will return for the lead, will step out for the lead with the lead. And the first time this game, catcher Logan Adams will step in. He was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat back in the top of the 1st, making him officially 0-for-0 on the day. And here comes the delivery from Middendorf to Adams. This one will swerve in there nicely. Good movement on that one on the off-speed pitch. 0-1 now the count. Here comes the delivery. This one will miss outside. 1-1. Mariners will try to respond to the 2 spot that was put up in the bottom of the 3rd off of an RBI triple and then a wild pitch. Here comes the delivery. This one cut on and missed by Adams. He'll go down now in the hole, 1-2. Gather up here by Middendorf, and the delivery on the 1-2 to Adams. This one will be cut on and missed, and Adams will go down swinging. The second strikeout of the game here for Ryan Middendorf. 1 away. Ryan Stacy now 0-for-1 after he flew out to left his first time up. Batting left wearing number 36, entering this day hitting .333 with a .450 on base percentage. Man from University of Toledo, where he studies kinesiology. As this one rides inside and hits him, and so he'll take his base. Second time Middendorf was hit someone with a pitch. By the way, Ryan Stacy actually attends Texas San Antonio. I was reading the wrong person, where he studies kinesiology. He's a junior there this coming season. This will bring up number 44, Hayden Karp, batting right, the left fielder. Grounded out to short his first time up. Here's the delivery to him. This one is cut, goes foul down the third baseline. There's now 0-1. Reminder, this game only goes to 7, so 2 innings cut out. So the definition of crunch time a little bit more redefined in this one, as we are already almost halfway through this game. 1-1. Now the count here. Here comes the 1-1 delivery. This one missing outside there. 2-1. 2-1 the score here. Runner on first and Ryan Stacy. Wondering about Stacy's wheels. He has 6 home runs on the season thus far. This one missing outside. Count now 3-1. Favorable count, and now Hayden Karp will get something to swing at, or he'll be walked. With only 1 out, the count now 3-1 to Karp. Middendorf trying to get through his 4th inning of work here now in the top of the 4th. Here comes the delivery. This one will be high, and it'll be a walk here for Stacy with 1 out. Runner on first is Hayden Karp, and Stacy will go ahead and take second base. Bring up Mackenzie Hicks, who had the line drive home run out to left field his first time up. With 2 on, 1 out. Double play ball is in order if possible. This one will be tipped off the bat here of Hicks. Not gathered in there by Homan. 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 gather. Look back here to second. This one will catch the high portion of the plate there. 0-2 now the count here to Hicks quickly. By the way, Hayden Karp was the first batter walked here by Middendorf. He's hit 2 men with a pitch, but he only walked 1 batter thus far. Check back here to second before the 0-2 delivery. This one hit high into left field and will be caught there by left fielder. The left fielder and Trey Compton, and they're now 2 away as runners return to their previous bases. This will bring up Stephen Fitzsimmons, flew out to left his first time up as well. 0 for 1 on the day. He enters today hitting .222 with a .462 on base percentage. Had 16 appearances for Valparaiso, where he attends college. He's a business management major there. As Middendorf will check back here to second before he sets and delivers. This one will be popped high off the bats of Fitzsimmons. An easy play here for the shortstop and McConnell, and he will make the catch. So Mariners get 2 aboard, but they are unable to move them in on no hits, no runs scored in this inning, no errors as well. We'll now head to the bottom of the fourth. The Hamilton Joes have a 2-1 lead. Connor Peplow will return to the mound. He will face Griffin. He will face up against Sean McGeehan, Michael Hale, and Addison Coffey. I'd like to thank you guys for listening. I'll be right back. Peplow returns to the mound. Trailing 2-1 are your Grand Lake Mariners. By the way, halfway through this game now, We are officially a quarter of the way through the season. Season 42 games, so 42 divided by 4 would be 10.5. We are halfway through. We are a quarter way through this season. 2-1 the score. Sean McGeehan 0 for 1, grounded back to the pitcher in his first time up. It was actually a sacrifice. He will lead off. He will look at a ball there, 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 delivery. This one low, gets away from Hayes there. Nobody on. He doesn't chase it. 2-0 the count. Peplo seemed to have lost his command here a little bit in this one. Again, the go-ahead run was scored on a wild pitch. Now this one way inside. Getting out of the way from is Sean McGeehan. And now 3-0 now the count quickly. Peplo is going to have to throw a strike, or for the third time today, he's going to allow the leadoff runner to get aboard. Here comes the 3-0. This one outside, missing. And so for the third time in 4 innings, the leadoff runner gets aboard. Twice they have been not off of hits. The first one was hit by a pitch with a 3-2 count, and then walked by Sean McConnell. That'll bring up Michael Hale, designated hitter, struck out swinging his first time up. The only strikeout victim here to Peplo here today. Throwback here to first. Getting back in safely is Sean McKeon. Here comes the throwback. This one will get a wave here from Evan Spry. And so that was something that hurt the Mariners, as heading now to third will be McGeehan on the play, as that one got really away from Spry. And they will rule that he slid off the bag there on the throw. So there will now be, count the error there on that play. So there is an E1 on the play, on the throwing error. But then trying to go from second to third, McGeehan will be caught. So there's now 1 out here, nobody on. And Peplo gets a break there. This one delivered. This one will miss. Ball 1. There was no count in that. And by the way, that was a second throwback there to first. Got away from Spry. So here comes the delivery. This one will be called for a strike as he gets the outside. Count now 1-1. Here's the delivery from Peplo. This one will be smoked right past the third baseman, Hicks. And so much for the 1 out, as now getting aboard anyway will be Michael Hale on the single. So now that'll bring up Addison Coffey, 0 for 1 on the day, grounded to short his first time up with a runner on first. It was a good play there by Spry to Hicks, by the way, to throw out McGeehan, because otherwise we would be looking at a 3-1 lead and the Mariners would be trailing by 2. This one is cut on and missed there by Addison Coffey, the third baseman, 0 for 1 on the day thus far. Check back here at first by Peplo. Here comes the gather. He will deliver the 0-1. Runner goes, fouled off. 0-2 now here quickly to Addison Coffey. Michael Hale really wanted to run there. If you're wondering about Michael Hale's wheels, he had 5 stolen bases, and at college this past season he had 11. So he will run if he gets a chance. And so Peplo, though, swing and a miss there by Addison Coffey. Second strikeout here for Peplo with 1 aboard. That'll bring up Colin Homan, 0 for 1 as he flew out to center. Peplo not a super strikeout pitcher, but he pitches for contact, and that has been his game, and it has so far been working here as we hit the top of the 4th. This one called a strike. 0-1 now the count. Here comes the delivery on the 0-1. This one is tapped, foul down the third baseline towards the third base dugout. The count now 0-2 here quickly. And Peplo's got a favorable count to the catcher, Holman. By the way, Holman enters this day 125 batting average. Here comes a check back here to first for the gather by Peplo. And delivering the 0-2. Tapped over here to third base and Hicks. Hicks will throw it over to first. Spry will catch it, and that will end the inning. So in this inning, one hit on no runs scored, no errors. One error, one man left on base. You're listening to Mariners baseball right here on YouTube. They trail 2-1 as we come back for the top of the fifth. Due up for the Mariners, it'll be Van Acker, Evan Spry, and Jaron Lovely. I'd like to thank you for listening. Be right back. Middendorf comes out for his fifth inning of work. Due up here for the Mariners to face him first will be Van Acker. Then back to the top of the order in Evan Spry and Jaron Lovely. Van Acker is 0 for 1 on the day. Second baseman. As the score is 2-1 here. Joe's enjoying a lead at home. By the way, the Joes, if you missed my really early pregame, in which we then waited for an hour and a half after the pregame for the first game to occur, in that pregame I mentioned the Hamilton Joes started off 2-0. They are now 2 for 8. They are on an 8-game losing streak. Mariners, though, are 1 for 5 on the road, and it's really been more of a struggle just scoring runs. They've gotten plenty of hits on the road already, 3 hits here in this one, but once they get men aboard, they just can't seem to score them. See if they can here with the 2-1 deficit here in the top of the fifth as Van Acker looks at a strike on the outside corner there. 0-1 now, the count quickly at him. Van Acker was a strikeout victim, swinging his first time up. The first strikeout for Middendorf as he delivers the 0-1 here to Van Acker. This one will be struck well into center field, running in and making the catch, though. Beautifully there is the center fielder in McKeon, and that's what I'm talking about, folks. They can get solid contact to the bat, too. It either gets caught or they just can't seem to score runs when they get aboard. That'll go back to the top of the order. Evan Spry, 0 for 2 on the day, grounded out to second base his first time up, or his last time up, to lead off the third. Here comes the delivery to him. This will be a little bit low there. Ball 1, 1-0 now the count. And for the Mariners, that's something you're going to have to address if you want to try to, it's a little early here, but we are 1/4 of the way through the season, 25%. This one low and inside, ball 2, 2-0 to the count. You want to address why can't we seem to score when we get guys on, because we've seen them do it at home. At home, they're 4-0, and they light up the scoreboard. They get their hits as the 2-0 delivery here is cut foul there towards the first base dugout and the first base bullpen, 2-1. Some guys getting up in the bullpen and getting loose for the Mariners. 2-1 now the count here to Evan Spry. Here's the 0-2 delivery. This one will move just in. Wow, the movement on that pitch right there, fooling and locking up Evan Spry. 2-2 now the count as it is evened up. Spry will get the 2-2 delivery. This will be low and in the turf there, filling up the count at 3-2. Here comes the delivery. This one will be outside, so a 1-out walk here. Let's see if the Mariners can do with anything. The first time that Evan Spry gets aboard. See the Mariners this time with a 1-out base runner bring up Jaron Lovely. 1 for 2 on the day with a double back in the first. With 1 out, the score 2-1. The Mariners trailing here. Going to have a brief meeting on the mound between Middendorf and the catcher Holman. Mariners will now be trying to do something with a one-out base runner. Again, back in the first inning, they got one out and then got their two aboard. They weren't able to do anything, though. Middendorf misses the strike zone there on the outside part. Ball 1, 1-0 now the count. Middendorf will gather. He'll look in, nod. Here comes the 1-1 delivery. This one will miss outside. Ball 2, 2-0 now the count here. Favorable count here for Lovely to try to work in here. Again, he had that double to left center back in the first game. 2-0 as Middendorf will step off and restart. Looking back into his dugout is Lovely, seeing if there's any special signs here with one out. 2-0 count delivered here. This one will be chopped. Foul there. Hit well out in front of that one there was Jaron Lovely. That one leaving play and getting way, way, way out of here. So now the count 2-1. Lovely will go back to work here against Middendorf. Again, the runner on first and Evan Spry. Well, here comes the delivery. This one cut on and missed there by Lovely. Evens up the count there at 2-2 with one out. 2-1 the score. 3 hits apiece for each team. Mariners have one error. It was on Connor Peplow, throwing error. Nobody up in either bullpen right now as we are in the 5th inning of work. Both pitchers, as this one is called strike 3. Middendorf is having that pitch work there. So on the 2-2 pitch, Lovely will go down looking. Seen it called outside before here today, folks, but now it'll be called strike 3. And down looking will be Jaron Lovely. Chris Myers 1 for 2. He had a single and advanced to second on a throw back in the first and grounded out to second in his previous at-bat. This one is swung on and sent into left field. Jumping up and making the catch will be Trey Compton. And the Mariners are not able to do anything with the one-out base runner. That has been the story of the on-road games here for the Mariners. Getting men aboard and not able to do anything with them. In this inning, there was one man left on base. No errors, no runs, no hits. We will now head to the bottom of the 5th, and I believe it'll be Connor Peplow returning to the mound. Here for his 5th inning of work, he'll be facing Jared Kaufman, Trey Compton, and Chandler Miller. Thank you for listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. I'll be right back. Back out here in Hamilton, Ohio, Donovan Mann, the voice of the Mariners here for the summer of 2018. Connor Peplow back on the mound here for his 5th inning of work as his Mariners trail 2-1. Stepping in here to face him first will be number 2, Jared Kaufman, hit by a pitch in his previous at-bat after he worked a count 3-2. Peplow ended up hitting him. So here comes the delivery to him. This one showing bunt. It will dribble foul down the third base line. 0-1 now the count. Kaufman, as I get a first chance to look at him from the front, he, I guess, likes to keep his jersey unbuttoned halfway down. Holds it open there. I guess it might be a humid day down there after the rain and now the sun. 0-1 now the count here to him as Peplow will gather and deliver. The 0-1 missing low, ball 1, 1-1 now the count. Tell you what, these Hamilton Joe jerseys, if I were best to describe them, they really do look like the Cavaliers' red jerseys. The Cleveland Cavaliers, of course, as this one misses low there on the 1-1, 2-1 now the count. I mean, right down black lettering, and the numbers to the yellow border in the red. It's a little bit of a brighter red than the wine, quote-unquote, jerseys, as this one misses low and away. So 3-1 now the count here quickly. And Kaufman getting a favorable count. Peplo again struggling to find the strike zone here today. And guys are not chasing what he's delivering. So here comes the 3-1. This one will be cut on and fouled back. Count now full, in which this was the time that Kaufman was hit by a pitch back in the third inning. He also led off that third inning as well. So 3-2 now the count here to Kaufman. Might be somebody up in the Mariners bullpen right now. So 3-2 here to Kaufman as here comes the payoff pitch. This one cut, tapped, and fouled. So we'll go again here at 3-2. Kaufman again enters this day only hitting .091, but he's putting up some great at-bats here today. Here comes the 3-2 delivery. This one cut on, tapped back. So the count will be 3-2 again as this one just gets to the ball there from Kaufman. Here comes the gather from Peplo. He'll get his sign. He will deliver the 3-2. This one will be cut on and missed. Down goes swinging will be Kaufman. That is the third strikeout here of the day for Peplo. And now that'll go back to the top of the order. Trey Compton 1 for 2 on the day. He got a sacrifice bunt that advanced Kaufman from first to second. Compton had a single and a stolen base back in the first as he steps into the right-hander's batter's box. Here comes the delivery from Peplo. This one will catch the plate there low, and 0-1 now the count here to Compton. Here comes the delivery. This one will be outside. That's actually 1-1. Peplo is now turning up the tempo. That one misses outside. 2-1. Thank you for joining us. If you're just joining us, Donovan Mann, the voice of the Grand Lake Mariners here. 2-1. The Mariners are trailing on the road. This one will be smoked into left center field. And that will get down for a single. He got about a third of the way there was Trey Compton to second, but he will scamper back. His second single of the day. And with one out, there's a base runner here for the Joes. That'll bring up number 29, Chandler Miller, 0 for 2, as his team leads 2-1 here against your Grand Lake Mariners with one away and one on base. That was the fourth hit for the Joes, and they now lead the hit column 4-3. Here comes the delivery. This one will be chopped right over to the third baseman. Hicks throw it over to second for one. It was a low hit. And if it wasn't a low throw, that could have been an easy routine double play. But instead, it'll just be a fielder's choice, 5-4. If that one was up higher, it would have been 2 and end the inning. But instead, now on the fielder's choice, Chandler Miller will advance. And let's see if the Joes will make the Mariners pay for that. RBI triple in the third inning for Justin McConnell. He then scored on a wild pitch. He is responsible for the RBI that drove in one runner and then advanced on the play. 2-1 lead. This one is low in the turf there. Ball 1, 1-0 now the count. So he's been involved with scoring both runs here in this game. Looks like double barrel action. No, there's just one man standing. So on the one hit, no runs score, no errors, and the one man left on base. You are still listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube Live. I'd like to thank you all for listening. They trail 2-1 to your Mariners. As we head to the top of the sixth, the reminder, this game only goes to 7 as part of the doubleheader that is today. So in the top of the sixth, it will be Middendorf to return to face Logan Adams, Ryan Stacy, and Hayden Carr as the Mariners are running out of chances. Thank you for listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. Welcome back out to Hamilton, Ohio. Logan Adams looks at the first pitch. It's outside, ball one. So 1-0 now the count. We've got some defensive changes for the Joes to let you know on. Coffee is out of the game, moving over to third as Middendorf will gather and step off here. Still the count remains at 1-0. Moving over to third will be Chandler Miller. On second base now will be Jared Kaufman. And moving in to right field, as this one is delivered missing, ball 2, 2-0 now the count. And moving into right field is Tyler Thayman. He replaces Coffee, I would assume, in the batting order. Here comes the 1-0 delivery. This 2-0 delivery. This misses outside as well. Joes lead 2-1 over the Mariners here today. Count 2-0 here to the leadoff hitter and Logan Adams. Again, Logan Adams on the day 0 for 1. Strike one catching the corner there. 2-1 the count. Here comes the 2-1 delivery. This one chopped right over to the shortstop. Running is Logan Adams. He will not be able to beat the catch out though, and there's one away. On the tap out there, 6-3. Ryan Stacy now steps in the 5-hole. He is 0 for 1 on the day here in a very fast-paced moving baseball game. Mariners not able to get anything really going here. As for the 6th time today, the leadoff batter will go out. This one chopped foul. Count now 0-1. 1 out, nobody on. Your batter is lefty Ryan Stacy. Again, 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in his most recent at-bat. That brought him to be a 1-out base runner back in the 4th. Here in the top of the 6th of 7 innings, here comes the delivery. This one will miss high. It's that pitch that Middendorf likes to, with the movement that he likes to sneak into the strike zone at the last minute, but this time he misses it high. Ball 1. 1-1 the count with 1 out, nobody on. Here comes the left-handed batter delivering. This one will be chopped, and it will get into the hole there. It's a 1-out single for Ryan Stacy. And for the 3rd inning in a row, the Mariners will have a 1-out base runner. And we'll see now if they can do something with this as right-handed batter Hayden Cart steps in. Cart walked his last time up. He's 0 for 1 officially on the day with a ground out to short back in the 2nd. We're number 44, and Cart trying to find a way here to advance and get on base. Here comes the delivery to him. This one will be chopped high into center field, carrying well, but not a problem there for center fielder McKeon. And there are now 2 away. And the story continues for the Mariners. They get their 1-out base runner, and yet again they will, looks like they're going to be down out of the F8 there. And that will bring up Mackenzie Hicks. He had the home run, the only run of the day for the Mariners. To left field, he's a right-handed batter. He struck that one well. And boy, would the Mariners appreciate a home run here from him, but they, I think, would just more appreciate him getting on base and helping Ryan Stacy advance. Here comes the delivery to him. Missing inside there, ball 1. 1-0 now the count. And if you're the Mariners fans listening here, the 1-out base runner here, as this one misses high and inside. 2-0 now the count here to Mackenzie Hicks. 2-1 the score. 4 hits for each team. 1 error for the Mariners. The go-ahead run, the leading run right now, scored on a wild pitch by Connor Peplow. Here comes the delivery on the 2-0. Catching the inside corner there, 2-1. That's a pitcher's pitch right there, and a pitcher's call. On the 2-1 count, Middendorf will check back to first before he delivers the 2-1. That's called a ball. Stacy acted like he may run, but he held up there, and threatening to throw was the catcher, Homan. Count now 3-1 here to Hicks, who will be looking to get aboard here with 2 outs and a runner on first. If Hicks were to reach, it would be Stephen Fitzsimmons up after him, the designated hitter, 0 for 2 on the day. But right now, Hicks in as a step off here and check back to first will be Middendorf. Nobody up here, I believe, in the bullpen for, or actually there is somebody up in the bullpen for, as this one is smoked into left field, running in and making the catch will be the left fielder, Compton, and once again the Mariners get somebody on but cannot score them. He is abandoned in Ryan Stacy. No errors on the one hit and no runs scored. So now we will head to the bottom of the sixth. The Mariners will try to hold it to 2-1. And I do believe it'll be Connor Peplow returning to the mound. If not, we'll tell you about the pitching change when it comes out. It is Connor Peplow. He will be going up against now Griffin Doshing, Sean McKeon, and Michael Hale. Thank you for listening to Mariners Baseball. They trail 2-1. I'll be right back. Peplow back out for his sixth inning of work right now. He's only allowed 2 runs. One of them did score on a wild pitch, and that is the difference in this game right now. 4 hits apiece. Peplow also has an error on him. It was a throwing error, but that was basically eliminated on the 3-5 assisted ground out, as in that Sean McKeon tried to stretch that into a going to triple as Peplow misses outside, ball 1. Continuing to get up and pitch is Bradley Calhoun, as here comes the 1-0 delivery. Cut on and missed there by Doshing. Count now 1-1. Peplow will check in. He waves off the first sign, likes the second one, gathers it in his glove. And now here comes the 1-1 delivery. This one will be tapped into right field, running in and not able to make a play there. So there will be a leadoff single here. And for the 5th time in 6th innings today, a leadoff base runner here for the Joes. Score still 2-1. Stepping in now will be Sean McKeon, the center fielder. He is 0 for 1 with a walk back in the previous inning. This one will be foul tipped. This one will go off the glove there. So perhaps it was not bunted. I thought I heard contact, but I guess it only went off the glove. So the count 0-1 as it was called a strike anyway. Doshing advances to second on that, on the wild pitch there. This one will be low and in the turf. 1-1 now the count. And again, that seems to be the favorite spot to miss here for Peplow today, is low and outside. He's missed there on the majority of his pitches. And the count now 1-1 here to McGeehan, who this one will be high. So he must have heard me as he goes the opposite side. This one missing high. Getting out of the way though is McGeehan. The count now 2-1. 2-1 the count now here to McGeehan. Possible hit and run situation now here, as with nobody out, runner on second. Bunt is shown. This one is high again, and it will get away from Logan Adams. Another wild pitch, and this time it will advance the runner to third. 3-1 now the count there again. And Connor Peplow not able to throw strikes here in this game. Again, he's got 3 strikeouts in this game, but he has struggled to throw strikeouts. Bradley Calhoun continues to warm up. I got to imagine, though, here with the 3-1 count, if McGeehan walks or gets aboard, that might be the end of the day of Peplow, who is in line for the loss also. Nobody out. Runner on third. 3-1 the count here. Peplow will gather and deliver. This will miss inside, and so it'll be walked, and here comes head coach Damon Hacker. And Hacker and Adams are both going to head out to the mound here. Haven't seen the signal yet, but now there are runners at the corners with nobody out. Peplow struggling here again today. That is the second time McKeon has walked here today. Michael Hale due up. He is 1 for 2 on the day with a walk. A single back in the fourth. And that actually, it will be the end of the day for Connor Peplow. Here comes Bradley Calhoun to come out. We'll talk more about him on the other side of this break. Thank you for listening. Mariners trail 2-1 with runners at the corners for the Joes. Back here in the bottom of the sixth, Bradley Calhoun now steps out from Otterbein College. He's from Troy, Ohio. A 9 ERA for him in 3 innings pitched. He's had 2 appearances on the season. He's allowed 1 home run, struck out 2, hasn't walked anybody, 3 extra base hits as well. He'll be trying now to keep runners from scoring as there is runners at the corner. Runner on third is Griffin Doshing, who reached third via 2 wild pitches. And Sean McKeon, who was just walked in the previous at back. Calhoun will be working with that situation. Runners at the corners and trying to keep this just a 1-run game. Reminder, this game only goes to 7, so time running out here for the Mariners in the first game of this doubleheader, and they are in serious danger so far of falling to 1-6 on the road and 5-6 on the year. Again, I've said it a lot, but it just seems like the Mariners, for some reason, are a completely different team on the road than they are at home. I don't know if it's just because the guys feel like traveling and their knees hurt from sitting like that, or I don't know. Real runs, the bats were hot. They get men aboard, and they'd actually be able to score them. On the road, they just can't score men. It's not like they can't get them aboard, but the Mariners have left a total of 6 men on base here in 6 innings, which is not good. Again, they get, in the past 3 innings, they've had 1 out base runners and just not been able to advance it from there. So with nobody out, runners at the corners, Calhoun will now gather and face Michael Hale. Here comes the delivery to him. This one misses outside. Ball 1. 1-0 now the count here. Hale walked, or had a single back in the fourth. Reminder that after this, shortly after this game, there will be a double header here, and the Mariners will go up against the Joes again, obviously, since it's double header. Here comes the delivery. Runner heads to second. Adams throws, and the throw will not be in time. Throw back to home, and they will get him. So they'll get the runner here at third as they try to be sneaky there, did the Joes. But throw down to McGeehan at second. Then a quick throwback there by the second baseman to home. And so caught trying to come home on the sneaky play there by the Joes. There's one away with a runner on second now. By the way, the count is 1-1 here to Hale. Here comes the 1-1 delivery. This one popped high into right. Incoming is Lovely. He will make the catch. Staying at second is McGeehan. And there is 1 away on the F9. Or there's now 2 away, correction, on the F9. So no runners have scored after the great defensive play there from the Mariners. At least that has cleaned up here on the road for the Mariners. I guess that 8-error game was just a rude awakening for them against Lima. And they've been a lot more sound here defensively since then on the road. Again, they do have the 1 error on here, but no runs have come from those errors. Just on a wild pitch is the current difference in the game. Check back here to second from Calhoun, who is now facing Tyler Thaman, who came in defensively into right field. He replaced Coffey in the batting order. 1-0 now the count here. Thaman wearing number 21, hitting .056 on the year from Mason, Ohio. As Calhoun will gather on the rubber set, look back to second from the waist. This one fouled off and back out of play. 1-1 now the count. For Thaman, again, hitting .056 on the year. He does have 1 stolen base to his name. He attends Miami University. That's the one in Ohio, just for you some people who know. I have a friend, Jacob, who says, no, you don't have to say Miami of Ohio. You just say Miami University, that's what you know. I don't know anybody who makes that big of a deal of it. But here comes the 1-1 delivery. This one just missing outside. Maybe a little bit low, 2-1. So the Miami man batting right against the right-hander Calhoun. Again, Calhoun is out of Otterbein College. Will be a second-year systems and engineering major there. 2-1 delivery here. Calhoun looking back to second, nobody covering. Here comes the delivery. This one will be smoked well into deep left. Going back is Cart, but this one trails out. That one just left, so a 2-run home run. Calhoun will give up his second home run of the year, and a 2-run shot there makes this one just a little bit more harder for the Mariners, who did not bring their A game at pitching here today. So now the score is 4-1. The Mariners trailing by 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. And with only 1 inning left to bat here, that gives up here, by the way, that closes the book on Connor Peplow, who gave up a total of 3 runs. That one of those runs will be accounted to Calhoun, and just 5 innings pitched. Here comes the delivery. They're missing outside. Count 1-0. By the way, that was Thayman's first at bat, so much like Hicks gets a home run. This one is swung on, tapped there by Holman. With 2 outs, score now 4-1. Mariners trailing on the road. The 1-1 delivery. Holman is 0 for 2 on the day, as here comes the 1-1 delivery to him. Misses outside and low. 2-1 now the count. By the way, for Peplow, as here comes the 2-1 delivery, this one smoked down the third base line, gets past Hicks there, and that will be a 2-out single there for Holman, who thought about 2. And so that'll bring up Jared Kaufman, 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout, but was hit by a pitch in the third as the Joes continue this inning going. Mariners trailing 4-1 with 2 outs here. Bradley Calhoun came in with this inning. 5 hits, by the way, for Peplow on the day. Bradley Calhoun came in and he allowed a 2-run shot to left field. The second home run in this game, the first one by the Joes. 4-1 the score here as Calhoun looks in to get his sign as he goes up against Kaufman. Struck out swinging his last time up. Throwback to first here. Spry makes the catch. Back safely is Holman. Here comes the gather here. Throwback to first again. Bradley Calhoun has yet to deliver a pitch here to Kaufman. As he will look in for his check back to first now after getting his sign. He will deliver. This one missing just a bit outside. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Here comes a throwback to first. Spry will make the catch, getting back safely and in time will be Calhoun. Had that 2-out single after the 2-run, 2-out shot by Thayman, who had came in defensively and had his first at bat. Here comes the 1-0 delivery. This one will be cut on and missed. 1-1 now the count here to Kaufman. Calhoun will look in. Now he'll check back to first. Here comes the gather and deliver. This will be cut on and missed now. Down to the count 1-2 is Kaufman. In danger of going out on strikes here for the second time today. With 2 outs, 4-1 though, as the Joes lead here at home. Mariners will have one more chance here after this inning to try to tie it up or take the lead. They trail by 3 as a check back here to first before the gather and the deliver. This one will be way outside. Adams does a great job there to block that one up and keep it from getting away. 2-2 now the count evens up. He looked like he might have been trying to get that one outside and see if he could get Kaufman to chase, but he put that one where nobody would chase that one. Even me, who hasn't played past T-ball, wouldn't have chased that one. Here comes the 2-2 delivery. This will be a strike 3 called. Catches the outside of the plate there. So the second time that Kaufman will go down on strikes. And there are now nobody left. But not before 2 runs score on the 2 hits. The 3 hits, correction. No errors. And the 1 man left on base. Now a 4-1 lead as we head to possibly the final inning of work here. As the Mariners will try to get 3 and either tie it up or take the lead with 4. As Stephen Fitzsimmons, Van Acker, and Evan Spry will be due up for the Mariners. Thank you for listening here on YouTube. We'll be right back. New pitcher on the mound here for the Joes. It is Connor Bell. So the day has closed here for Middendorf. He went 6 innings, allowing just the 1 run, which was earned. We'll get you the final stats on him here. He is in line for the win. Peplo, by the way, is in line for the loss. But Connor Bell on the mound now here. 1-0 on the season, the left-hander is. He's a 1.80 ERA, 5 innings pitched. He's allowed 1 extra base hit, struck out 5, walked 2. This will be his 5th appearance on the season. He attends Middle Tennessee State, where he'll be entering his senior season. He's a business administration major there, and he'll be trying to close this one out. This is a save situation, so if he were to do it, Connor Bell would get his first save of the season. Only 1 other save on the season for the Joes, and it was committed by William McLean. So it'll be now Stephen Fitzsimmons, Van Acker, and Evan Spry. The last hopes for the Mariners here. Reminder, this is a part of a doubleheader. Second one will probably happen about a half hour or so after the conclusion of this game. And 4-1 lead the Joes have here at home. Mariners are trying to avoid falling below 500 again. As it is, they currently are at 5 outs. As here comes the delivery to him, shows bunt, and do believe they call that he had gotten contact to it. So now the count 0-1 here to Fitzsimmons, trying to pull a fast one there, but does not work. So the count 0-1 here to Fitzsimmons. As here comes the gather and deliver. This one will be cracked off the bat into left center field, but Trey Compton will make the catch very easily, and there's one away. Van Acker now comes up, also 0 for 2 of the day. He struck out swinging and also flew out to center. Van Acker will now step in. He will be delivered. He cuts on and misses there. Down to the hole, 0-1. Connor Bell again trying to close the door here on the Mariners. 4-1 the count. The score, 0-1 the count here to Van Acker. Here comes the delivery to him. This one will be called a strike 2. Catches the low part of the plate there. So 0-2. Now here comes Bell trying to close out this game. Here comes the 0-2 delivery. This one will be called just a bit outside. 1-2. Good movement there on the breaker there by Bell, but didn't just missed getting in. So on the 1-2 now, he will gather, set, and deliver. This one will be chopped off the bat into right center. Running over is the right fielder, and he will dive and make the catch. And it has been that day for the Mariners. They get good contact, but Thaman makes a diving catch. And now the Mariners are down to their last out. Evan Spry, top of the order, due up. He is 0 for 2 on the day with a walk back in the 5th. Again, it's just that kind of day for the Mariners. They got solid contact a couple times, but either right 2 outfielders or or they've gotten just great plays out in the outfield by defensive players. Here comes a good breaking ball right there. Quickly there, 0-1 here to Spry. And that was a great defensive play there by Tyler Thaman, by the way. He dove back for it. Not just diving for it, he had to dive backwards for it. Here comes the delivery here. 0-2 quickly is Spry, and the Mariners are down to their last strike. Here in the first game of a doubleheader here, look at more and more like they're going to drop this one here, fall to 5-6, and try to, in the second game, get back to 500 at 6 and Hicks, as this one is just high on the heat, missing 1-2. Just a little bit high, 1-2 here. Connor Bell trying to close the door, get his first save of the year here, and the Mariners are trying to avoid, as this one is outside low, ball 2-2 now the count. Mariners just trying to avoid their woeful ways on the road. Again, with this in the middle of an 8-game road stretch, you don't want to see this play here. They got to figure out what it is on the road that they just can't seem to do that they do at home, because at home they've done really, really well. I mean, 4-0 at home. Their bats are on fire, and here comes the 3-2 delivery. This will be a walk here for Spry. He'll be walked for the second time here today. So 2-out base runner Jaron Lovely will come up. He is 1 for 3 on the day, with struck out looking in his previous at-bat, double back on the first. But for the Mariners, at home, I really, folks, I wish I could tell you what it is. It's just one of those things where in the game of baseball, it just kind of happens. Here comes the first pitch, swinging into right field and up in the air, and Thaman will make the catch to end the game. Well, the Mariners dropped this one here on the road against the Hamilton Joes. It's the first game of a doubleheader. About a half hour from now, so about 8:15, we'll be back on air here for the second game. Mariners will fall to 5-6. Connor Peplow will gather his first loss of the season, dropping him to 0-1 on the year. Getting the win here today will be Ryan Middendorf. He'll go to 1-0 on the year, and the save will be granted here to Connor Bell. So 4-1 the final score from here. We will be back here in about a half hour for the second game of this doubleheader. Will also only be scheduled for 7 innings. We'll see if the Mariners can get their second road win and get back to 6-6 on the season, but right now they are 5-6. Thank you for listening. I will be back here in about a half hour. It'll be a new stream too. Thank you for listening here on YouTube.